it right here.
My name is Noam Deritu, musician. Live, breathe, sleep, music. That's what I do.
Yo, why? Listen. Okay. Yo, I'm a new creation, but what does that mean? Does that mean I'm so fresh, mean I'm so clean? And does that mean I got the best kicks on? Yeah, Nikes.
I'm Thogi and I'm a professional model.
It simply means that the old is gone. 2 Corinthians 5:17, word is bond. A new beginning, new creation, fresh start. He got the paintbrush, call me the work of art. Yeah, yes man, I'm the can.
I am Amunga Ishichi, and I'm a documentary and conservation photographer.
I've always been passionate about light. For me, I'm always on a quest to find the perfect lighting for an image, the most moody, dramatic, communicative lighting I can find for that image. I'm also really passionate about photographing women and just making them feel beautiful. Every woman wants to be a model. I enjoy the outdoors and reading as well. My name is Tandiwe Moreo, and I'm a photographer.
Who is SteveKitots?
Steve Kitoto, not Kitots, Kitoto, is a friend. He's a friend. I will not say he's a photographer because I think I know him more as a friend than even more as a photographer.
Steve is a very happy, friendly photographer who dabbles in a bit of everything. I've seen him shoot fashion and I've seen him shoot a bit of landscapes. We met 2 or 3 years ago, I think, and it was an incredibly fun shoot. We shot the model Thogi.
Well, for one, he's an enigma, I'll say that much. I think when I met him, I didn't really know what to expect of him. He's not easy to read, but he's definitely someone who will surprise you in a very good way.
SteveKitots, he's a great photographer. I used to just follow him on Twitter, but I've seen some of his stuff online. I met him actually at a Kinanda. There's a gig that used to be called Kinanda. Since then, I established a sort of relationship with him, meet him at gigs. I interacted with his photography skills when I had to shoot an album cover.
What I learned from that shoot with Steve was that you shouldn't take yourself too seriously. I think when you shoot and you let your personality show in your work, it's what makes a difference between your work and everybody else's work. And you can have fun as you shoot. Steve, we shoot very differently, but he was having a good time interpreting what we're shooting into his style. And that made the pictures just so much more unique than what I was shooting, for example, because I was interpreting it in my style. So experiment, let your personality show in what you shoot.
What I enjoyed most about working with Steve is probably not knowing when he's going to take a snap. I think like with other photographers, I get a pose, I strike a pose, and then I know when it is they're going to take a picture. But like with Steve, there's always that 3-second delay. And it's like, I'm caught off guard, but then I realized that there's something he saw that other people didn't see, and it translates in the picture.
And I gave him the vision, I gave him what I wanted to do, and he did practically everything, scouted the location for me, props. I enjoyed it thoroughly.
I like his portrait work, I like his conceptual work, I like how he pushes himself to do different forms or different styles of the genre that he loves. I know him a lot more for his portraiture, and so I really like how he pushes himself to have a different aspect to his portraiture.
And we spent, I think, more time laughing than we did shooting. But yeah, he's just a very pleasant person who shoots Canon.
Photography in Kenya, in my opinion, has really grown over the last 5 years. People are exploding, coming out of the woodwork, left, right, and center over being a photographer, opening up a Facebook page, calling it Hamunga Eshuchi Photography. And I think that I think the photography market has to mature. It has to stop being about likes on Facebook. It has to be more about producing good work consistently. Because I go to nearly every post or blog post or Facebook post that people put up about photography just to see what people are doing, even if I don't comment.
Photography in Kenya is changing, it's growing. People are testing new frontiers. I think for the first time, we're getting specialists in specific areas as opposed to jacks of all trades. And we're changing perspectives about what Kenyans can do and Africans can do. We are now looking at our own community and our own models and interpreting them in the way we see them and not what perhaps Western photographers may interpret them as. And it's giving a whole new fresh perspective on the meaning of African beauty, African cities, African professionalism. I mean, we're changing what people think about art, yes, but also just Kenyans as well.
I think it's thriving, it's really growing, and to the point where I've been tempted to buy a camera to call myself a photographer, but so many guys are doing splendid work out there that I've decided not to. Looking at it as a musician, I think no musician can even do a gig these days without an official photographer or something like that. And I think we are very visual based generation. We like seeing things, and these guys are bringing life events into photographs, stuff you've missed. If you don't go for a gig, the first thing you want to do is look through the photos and you relive that moment. So I think it's in the right place. It may not be growing as fast as people would want it to, but I think the photographers doing it now are doing the right thing, and I can't wait to see it grow and thrive into something that will bring international recognition for some of our guys here.
But in recent times, I think it's because of photographers like Steve. They are bringing to light modeling and photography as not only just art, but as a living. And I think it's One Touch and it's Steve who are allowing and giving voice to the industry, to models being able to now even make a living. It's appreciated. I think it's something that for a long time relied on someone from outside coming in and giving that opportunity to some tall, dark, short-haired girl. But now SteveKitots and photographers like him are making it possible. I think that's something that's commendable. They're definitely changing the game. They're definitely changing the face of photography, the face of modeling, what it means to be a model.
So I don't think they ask me, with so many people coming on board, isn't that competition? I don't think it's competition. I think it lends to the growing of the industry. But on the flip side, for photographers, I think they should get to a point of maturity. So we don't go looking for good comments, but you actually go looking for criticism to help us grow. And from there on, build up the industry to be something worth being looked at with respect, rather than, it's just a photographer.